The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And every day at this time, OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates, with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. They do not tell us points paid, points received, or APR. They just tell us the number to put in your mortgage calculator. Don't have a mortgage calculator yet? RonIsMyLender.com, RonIsMyLender.com. That is our app. And yes, it does have a mortgage calculator built into it. RonIsMyLender.com. Let's see what rates did yesterday. Let's take a look at that. The conventional 30-year rates, 6.992. That was up. 30-year jumbo rate, 7.215. That was up. 30-year FHA loan, 6.742. That was up. Are we getting a pattern here? The USDA loan, that was down. 30 years, 6.664. That's the no down payment generally. It's always out in the rural areas. And the best loan on the market, 6.588. That would be the VA loan, 30-year VA loan, 6.588. That was up. If you want our thoughts about the market every morning as early as the data allows, we do put out a report, rsrmarketminute.com, rsrmarketminute.com. Always looking at what the data has to say for us. Speaking of data, let's take a look and see where we are right now. The Dow Jones Industrial Average down 35.5 points. The 10-year Treasury, that's up 8 basis points, 4.62 right now. And the mortgage-backed securities, the bond itself is down 29 basis points. When bonds go down, rates go up. So we're looking at another poor day for that one. Let's see if we can find out what's driving these markets. Well, one of the big issues that's driving the markets, and we know it, the inflation numbers are sticking around, and now we're starting to look at it and see, something, maybe there's not going to be as much in the way of tax Fed funds discount rate drops this year. We're watching that. There's a lot going on in these different areas, and part of it has to do with, the government wants us to believe how great the economy is. And there's a lot of challenges out there in the economy. And we're always watching these different ones. But consumer confidence currently tracking moderate GDP growth, but with increasing concerns about a potential recession. Recession fears. 69% of consumers believe a recession is likely within the next year. The jobs hard to get index fell to 13.5% in May, suggesting some resilience. State-level insights, significant economic shifts in states like Florida and New York could indicate upcoming challenges. Watching all of these data for you as we continually do that. We're really always wanting to find out what's going on in the market. U.S. growth gauge, as measures combines expectations for business conditions, employment, income, interest rates, and stock prices. Second quarter to date average stands at 51.8, close to the long run average of 62.1. As I mentioned, the recession fears, 69% of consumers believe a recession is likely within the next 12 months, the highest level this year, contrasting with only 35% of CEOs anticipating recession. Current business conditions, the percentage of consumers rating current conditions as bad has remained steady at around 17.6% for the past few months. Jobs hard to get, again, 13.5. Let's see what else we have in these reports. 69, well, we talked about that one. So not a whole lot new in there, but we're just constantly watching this. There's this underlying question mark, and there's not a whole lot to come out that's going to change anything until we get to the end of the week, Friday. The PCE, Personal Consumption Expenditures report, comes out, and that's going to be a tough one because right now nothing's really changing. And it becomes all an issue of rounding, which that becomes very, very difficult when you're dealing with rounding errors and headlines. So we're watching all of that, but I'm just not so sure it's going to be really good news because you switch a number by 1/100th of a percent, and it can change the whole outlook. And the media doesn't follow this; they don't understand it. So, not too optimistic about any help from that PCE report coming out on Friday. That's the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call. 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990.